Etched on a granite wall below a grave at Arlington National Cemetery, one can read the following words. And so, my fellow Americans, ask not what your country can do for you. Ask what you can do for your country. My fellow citizens of the world, ask not what America can do for you, but what together we can do for the freedom of man. John Fitzgerald Kennedy was born in Brookline, Massachusetts on May 29, 1917. Jack, as he was often called, was the second-time child of Joseph and Rose Kennedy, and together his parents raised 9 children. He attended Harvard University, where he graduated with honors. In World War II, he served in the Navy and commanded PT-109. When the ship was sunk, he risked his life to save his crew. Serving his country helped to shape his thoughts on the future of America's right to defend her freedom. Let every nation know, whether it wishes us well or ill, that we shall pay any price, bear any burden, meet any hardship, support any friend, oppose any foe, to assure the survival and the success of liberty. Let the word go forth from this time and place to friend and foe alike, that the torch is being passed to a new generation of Americans. JFK was the youngest man elected to the office of president. He was the first Boy Scout to become president. John Kennedy was the first Roman Catholic president. He was the first president that served in the Navy and the first to have earned a Purple Heart. The main challenges of his term in office were conflicts with Cuba, Russia, Vietnam, the Mafia, and concerns regarding civil rights. Hear the words of newly elected President Kennedy as he prepared to face the uncertainty of what would surely become his lasting legacy. In the long history of the world, only a few generations have been granted the role of defending freedom in its hour of maximum danger. I do not shrink from this responsibility. I welcome it. President Kennedy was an ardent supporter of the civil rights movement. He, along with noted activist Martin Luther King Jr., worked long and hard to bring about positive change. On June 11, 1963, he addressed the nation and proclaimed the following thoughts. This nation was founded by men of many nations and backgrounds. It was founded on the principle that all men are created equal, and that the rights of every man are threatened when the rights of one man are threatened. I am, therefore, asking the Congress to enact legislation giving all Americans the right to be served in facilities which are open to the public: hotels, restaurants, theaters, retail stores, and similar establishments. This seems to me to be an elementary right that no American in 1963 should have to ignore. In the fall of 1963, President Kennedy turned his attention to his re-election campaign and decided that a trip to visit the South was long overdue. With First Lady Jacqueline by his side, he embarked on a 2-day trip that would take him to 5 major cities in the heartland of Texas. On the morning of November 22nd, 1963, a motorcade of political dignitaries traveled along a 10-mile route that wound through downtown Dallas. Since the early rain had stopped, the plastic bubble on top of the presidential limousine had been removed. Overflow crowds of excited people lined the streets and waved frantically to the Kennedys. At approximately 12:30 p.m., the car turned off Main Street. As it was passing the Texas School Book Depository, gunfire suddenly rang out in the plaza. Let us reflect on the events of that day and remember that life, as we knew it, was about to be changed. sped off to Parkland Memorial Hospital, located just a few minutes away. However, doctors could do little to save him. A Catholic priest was summoned to administer the last rites, and at 1:00 p.m., John F. Kennedy, the 35th President of the United States, was pronounced dead. For 4 days, the world stood still while people from all walks of life mourned the loss of their beloved JFK. On November 25th, he was laid to rest. As people struggled to make sense of the senseless act and to articulate their feelings about his life and legacy, many recall these words from his inaugural address. With a good conscience, our only sure reward, with history, the final judge of our deeds, let us go forth to lead the land we love, asking for his blessing and his help, but knowing that here on earth, God's word must truly be our own.
Thank you. I want to thank all of you again for coming tonight. It's a really special night for us, and hopefully you've enjoyed our theme, A Tribute to America. Also, this is the final concert, unfortunately, for all of our seniors. Seniors, will you please stand? Thank you. They've been a wonderful class. We've had a wonderful year. Our marching band did well. Hopefully you're enjoying tonight's performance with our concert band, our jazz band. I just found out last night, by the way, I don't know if y'all know this, just found out last night, placed second in the state this year as well. So we've had a wonderful year, and of course, every year of teaching, I learned something, well, a lot of things, but I learned something new every year, and one thing that really stuck with me this year is, of course, the band will only go as far as your senior class will take it, and I think these seniors have done a phenomenal job. So seniors, thank you. All right. Finish up our concert, we are going to once and for all honor our military. So all men and women who either have previously served in the military or are presently serving, will you please stand and be recognized? We definitely thank you so much for your service, and tonight we are going to play a piece called Armed Forces on Parade. It is going to honor 3 of those branches. You're going to hear those melodies tonight. So thank you again for coming. This is Armed Forces on Parade.